Good morning. It is definitely a coffee day. It's cold outside. We still don't have any snow. It needs to happen. We were supposed to get a flurry yesterday and there was nothing. So it's just been kind of like, we need snow. We need snow.
Yeah, they'll predict snow 5 or 6 days out, and then by the time it's 3 days away, it says, "Oh, it's gonna rain," and then it either rains or it doesn't. So,
yeah. And we've had a couple of storms. It's actually been like torrential downpour the other night, which was nice.
Yeah, we had like thunder and lightning the one night. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was nice to sleep too. I love storms. I don't like being out in them necessarily, but I'm safe and cozy in the house, and then so that's kind of nice. But this week has been about making Christmas decorations, and I'm supposed to have something behind me, and I need to get an extension cord. We got the lights, and then I totally forgot that. Oh yeah, I need to hang them. They're actually for the tree, but we've got everything torn up in the living room because we got new furniture. I finally have my chaise. So I have a chaise love seat kind of thing, and it's right in front of my fake fireplace, so I can watch my fake flames. And then we're gonna do we're moving the TV around, and so it's gonna be nice for movies and that kind of thing. But we have no tree up yet. It's a little 3-4 foot tree.
4 feet.
4 feet.
Yeah, it's 4. Yeah, it's like.
And his name is Wilson or Wilton.
Wilson.
So, which is what it says on the box. So he got named Wilson. But I've got a couple of things that I've made.
Remember Russell?
Yeah,
Russell the live tree.
Russell was the live tree. Yeah.
Great.
So I got a couple of things this past week. I got one yesterday. So this one, which actually doesn't have a thing in it. So this is a template. Fiskars makes these wonderful templates, and they're for 3D paper gems. So that's what this one is. And then the one I picked up yesterday that I haven't used yet is the quartz looking crystal. And they have another one that's an isodecahedron, which is basically a D20. And they have, which I'm on the hunt for, and they have another one or two of them. One's a lantern, but I made this one, and then I went back and added some stuff on in white. And it's just like sepia brown on the sides. And I doodled first some little pieces on there. Let me get my camera to zoom in a little. But I doodled in some stripes on there.
I vaguely remember some.
And then did the white later. So it's sepia ink, and then the watercolor. And then this one, which is my favorite. And I drew on this one first before I folded and glued this. And I actually did this on live stream the other night. So if you guys want to watch it, you can tap into my Twitch. But I've got the moon phases around the top. And I did some like a light gray marker. I think it's a Faber-Castell. And then the micron pens. So I'm going to make more of these and probably some plain white ones. And then I'm making some blue ones for somebody else.
Subject of ornaments.
Yes.
I can remember when I was a kid, we had ornaments that looked like they were made of the same stuff that egg cartons are made out of. Mm-hmm. And I want to say they were actually
like little bells.
No, these looked more spindle shaped. They were longer like this.
Because we used to make bells
out of them. Kind of wider in the middle, and they would taper off to the points. But I was also told that they were something that my stepmom or my real mom had made. They were
okay.
They were like a craft project that she had worked on.
Oh, okay.
But they were like covered in like color and glitter and all that. So,
yeah.
But anyway, old vintage looking stuff.
I like these. These are the square ones that basically you're just fold square a few times. These are with the edges cut. And then I'm making some with, you have to do a pentagon shape first. And I thought I'd done it wrong, and I didn't, but I ended up gluing this on the back, and I screwed myself up because there was actually one other step that they didn't have on there that you do to get the one I wanted. So I ended up doing a different one and got this star that I'm going to make some of these, because these turned out really, really good. So that's my decorations for the week.
Nice.
So what's your book?
I have.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is one I haven't read yet, because there's like 50 in there that I haven't.
Shocker.
I don't read very fast.
We have I'm not teasing you about your reading speed. I'm teasing you and me about the amount of books that we have that we need to read still.
Hey, I'm not ashamed of how many books I have. Sorry. No shame there. No
KonMari book category in this house.
No. This is Werner Vinge or Werner Vinge. I've heard it pronounced both ways.
Werner Vinge.
Vinge, yeah. The guy in England that I watch for book reviews pronounces it Vinge. So I don't know if he's met him, but he calls him Vinge instead of Vinge. So Fire Upon the Deep. This book starts out in this futuristic setting, this ship fleeing from this like galactic menace, and then the ship crash lands to get away from whatever this thing is, and lands on a very medieval age planet with a lupine race that's very merciless and very hardcore. So very cool. And then of course the people that have
space werewolves. And you haven't told me about this. Why?
I did.
He's like the Dracula nut. I'm the werewolf nut.
I have showed you that book. I even gave it to you to read the back of the description. No. Yes, I did.
Years ago, maybe.
No, I haven't had that years. I've had that like maybe 5-6 months.
It's all things on the back.
What?
Reviews.
I know, and I read I did start reading that. I read like the first like 15-20 pages, and then I put it down, and then I
like how the ship looks like a manta ray.
It looks really cool. It looks like it's got like air sails or something. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now I want to watch Treasure Planet.
They call those light huggers in a lot of the sci-fi books and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a light hugger. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. So my books, as you can probably guess, are all about crafting right now. So Kickstarter is doing a Make 100 that I'm going to do, and I'm going to make some small books. They're going to be gnomies. They're going to be mushroom involved, so there's going to be swag with that. But 500 handmade books. This is one of my favorite handmade books. Book. It's more of a gallery of different things for ideas and inspiration than for, tutorials and how-tos. But there's a lot of books made from other things. There's a lot of little tiny handmade books. And I mean, that one's got actual wings on it. Like the whole thing folds up.
Oh, wow.
And there's feathers on it.
That's wild.
Yeah. But this has got some really cool stuff. I'm going to be doing something similar to this, which is like an accordion fold with a little Gnome travel story, which is going to have maps, of course, but it's got some really cool assemblage stuff. Like that's the book nested in here, and the other one, the book actually has fibers coming off of it, so that actually folds into a book. But it's got some really neat stuff, and it's kind of a throwback for me to when I ran Art for Cures. I had a for about 8 years. I ran a group called Art for Cures. Originally, I had started out as a paper arts group called Nonsense, like non and sense, and it was a mail art group, and we did faux postage, which Nick Bantock had actually gotten me into the fake postage stuff, because in the back of Museum at Purgatory, he actually had some artist stamps in a glassine envelope in the back of the book. So I got hooked on making these fake postage stamps and doing mail art, and then fell down the rabbit hole, ended up starting my own group, had probably about 145 members, and we did trades, and we did the artist trading cards, and I did a big swap that everybody got sheets of these cards back every month. And then when his father passed, he went to California, and Issa and I were both sick and couldn't go. So I'm like, I can't do anything to help his dad. I can't help anything, I can't help him. I can't go. I got to do something. So I ended up converting the group to Art for Cures, which was, we were doing collaborative books and things that we were already doing in Nonsense, but we were making extras and putting them on auction for charity. So we did that for 8 years. I still have all my people. We had almost, I want to say we had probably 45 that were super active. I got almost up to 200, but it was crazy. One Christmas I had 45 women. I remember it was like 1 in 3 were all in breast cancer chemo. And it was just like, wow, that number hit home. And this was, he and I met in 2005.
My father was,
your dad passed in 2007. So,
which was the year you guys did the gondolas and stuff.
Yeah, so from 2007 to 8 years later, we did that. And I ended up folding it because my health took a dive. So I've had a bunch of people that have been wanting to do, we did a coffee book, we've done some other stuff. And so 2022, that may come back just on a smaller level. So I'll be running everything through Renmeleon. So if you're interested in getting in on a collaborative book project, keep an eye on anything Renmeleon. Usually I post my updates and stuff to Instagram. So my more common ones. But so the Kickstarter Make 100 is going to be 100 Gnome books that are going to be hand bound. I've got it streamlined already. So, and then my other book is also crafting, but it's crafting characters. So I've had a lot of people ask me how I go about character design. This book and another one that's packed away right now is my go-to for naming and for developing personalities for my characters and that kind of thing. I'm going to pull up the other one here. But it is a birthday book that goes into it's the secret language of birthdays is the other one. But it's about this size. I don't think it's the same authors. No. But this one has
say that about
like
500 pages, 300.
More than that.
I'd just say it's big.
It is.
I have
almost 800
big
pages.
hardbound.
It's about 800
I have
pages.
big hardbound RPG books that size that are like 550 pages.
Yeah, this one's 800.
That's 500 Player's Guides, like 520 pages or something.
So, but it's got the Kabbalistic, the runic, and the numerological interpretations, and then it has where it's derived from.
Yeah.
Principal colors, gemstones and precious metals, botanicals, unique spellings, and related to what names.
Wow.
So once I do the name thing, I'll look through here that tells like personality kind of. And then the birthday one, both of them are super accurate. The birthday one especially. Everybody I've ever looked at, because you look at the first thing you do when you get a book like that, you look up all your friends, you look up yourself, you look up all your family, and it's pretty dead on. Both of them are. So anytime I get stuck on, I'll start out, flesh out a character with just some main ideas on usually how I would feel about being in the same room with a person. Whether I would like them or not, whether or not, what their personality quirks are. And then I start thinking about how they would react in certain situations, in stressful situations, in good situations, in funny situations, and then start kind of LARPing it out, which LARP is live action role play. And kind of figuring out almost like the character interview, but stepping into the interviewer's shoes and imagining I'm across from that person in the room and interviewing them and making note of, facial tics and any tells, any quirks, not necessarily the whole interrogation room scene, but like at a coffee house, or if it's bad guy, maybe it is an interrogation room. And then I kind of go from there. And sometimes it's like when I do readings, I'll have names pop up or something, and I'll just kind of start from there, with that, because your subconscious remembers stuff that you don't. So anybody I've ever met in my life, I will remember things associated with those people's names sometimes. So a name will pop up if I'm in a certain situation, and I'll be like, okay, let's look that one up. And then I'll look at birthdays and that kind of thing. So I usually go by, zodiac sign, general zodiac sign, personality kind of thing, and then go specific to the birthday after that. And then it flushes everything out as far as personality and everything. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of research. And I don't really deep dive at first in that. That'll get to the point where I'm like halfway done with the book. And I'll go back and start really flushing out personality and stuff, because I have a couple right now that I'm working on that I'm adding in backstory and adding in other things. And there's almost always more stuff that I write than what's going to end up in the final book. Like with Stalemate, we had to do Myers-Briggs personality tests for all our characters when I was working on my master's, which was great. But it definitely, what's the other test? It's not the Myers-Briggs.
I don't remember. That's the one I usually recommend for.
Or actually, no, that is the Myers-Briggs. It's the one that gives you all the.
It gives you an archetype once you finish it. Or, you can go to 16personalities.com, and it pulls up a test that you can take.
Yeah, there it is.
Myers-Briggs.
That's the one that gives you the.
That's the one I tell my students they can try for their characters. I tell them they have to be true to how their character would
that's it.
Otherwise,
I was trying to think
it
of
doesn't work.
The
the ITNJ
ISTJ,
and all that.
ISTP, yeah, ESTP, yeah. So extrovert, introvert, sensing, intuition, perceiving, judging, thinking, and feeling.
Thinking
yeah.
and feeling. Yeah.
So I'll link to that and the books for you guys so you can play with that. But like I said, these, if you're gonna have any books on hand reference wise, this one and Secret Language of Birthdays, and I'll link both of them. They're about $25 for paperback. Kindle's only $10. So, if you want to do the Kindle one, I'll link to that too. Reference books, I tend to do digital versions of stuff versus I kind of wish I'd had that when I was in high school, because I've got one shoulder slightly lower than the other. I'm not sitting up straight, but it's not something you can really tell too much, but it's usually this one from the amount of school books that I had to bring home and wear with my backpack all the time. Because I never slung my backpack on both shoulders.
I think every year
yeah,
in
I
high
only
school
did it
I
on
had
one.
Probably between 2 and 4 textbooks that I had to bring home into my backpack.
I was always writing papers, so I always had library books and reference books. I was book heavy early on.
Like a day I didn't have homework or have to study for a test in math, science, and history was a really good day that I had a nice light backpack. But because those 3 books after sophomore year were all like this thick, every one of them. So I remember that. And
that was.
And I walked home,
crazy.
which it's not like I got on a bus and took my backpack off. It's like I walked home.
I did the city bus
every year except my senior year of high school.
Yeah,
so.
I did the same because senior year I had my own car.
Yeah,
but which was my grandmother's Charger. We had a 1972 Dodge Charger. Ooh. Hey, Drac! Good morning. Oh, no worries. We're like. Here we're vertical.
Yeah.
Both of us are kind of like, I want a nap. I just got up, but I want a nap because it's cold and cozy out. No snow yet, though. I know last night you said you didn't have any snow going on yet, which for Connecticut, that's like sacrilege. You guys are supposed to always have snow. Still need to get up there and visit. How are you doing today?
I thought it was Vermont. But
No. He's in Connecticut.
Well, I know that. No, that's not what I meant.
Vermont always.
No, that the movie,
the White Christmas,
the big Christmas movie. They go up there and like the ski lodge. The ski lodge has no snow.
Oh yeah, that's one of our favorite holiday movies. White Christmas. Holiday Inn's okay. I like it, but Danny Kaye, come on. Just dusting. You're dusting at 9:30 in the morning, really? No way. Come dust my house. No, the White Christmas, and which we didn't actually watch on Thanksgiving. Usually we do that, but we did Miracle on 34th Street, the original one with Natalie Wood, which is always my favorite. I've seen a couple others, like more modern versions.
Ooh, careful, that's just, like right on top of your.
I see it.
Typewriter keys there.
But nothing ever replaces, Maureen O'Hara, and it's not Ed Gwynn. Who plays this Santa? I absolutely adore him. I can't think of his name. Yeah, they came out with another one in 1994, one in 1947, and one 1955, which I haven't seen. Okay. I didn't realize there's one older.
Older?
So, 1955.
I thought we were watching the old one.
Or wait, let me look.
That says 1947 there.
Okay, yeah, 1947 was the original one.
Okay.
So that is the old one. That was 1947. Edmund Gwen. I was close. Edmund Gwen.
Yeah, Ed Gwynn. Yeah.
And what?
Yo, Richard Attenborough?
What? Richard Attenborough was in that?
As Kris Kringle, it says.
What?
It's right there.
Was he the drunk?
Could have been.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to go back and watch that.
No.
Derek McDermott?
No. Ed Gwynn was the drunk Santa, and Richard Attenborough was Kris Kringle.
No, Edmund Gwen was the one that actually played Santa that I absolutely adored.
Well, then why are they saying the other one is Kris Kringle?
Yeah, this one. Well, the other one was...
Kris Kringle's the one that was on trial that was the real Santa Claus.
No. Kris Kringle...
That doesn't make sense then.
Kris Kringle was...
So all the mail came to Kris Kringle.
No. Edmund Gwen was the Santa, period. I know that for sure. Richard Attenborough
okay.
had to have been the drunk Santa. I'll have to look at that. Because they have some, like Dylan McDermott. No. That's got to be they're mixing the new and the old version.
Well, then put in like whatever year you were looking at, and you need to not look at that list of everybody up there. You need to pull up the wiki article there that has whatever's supposed to be.
Yeah, Miracle on 34th Street. So I was like, no.
I thought
the 1947.
I thought Kris Kringle was the one that was the real Santa.
Yeah, see, look at this Miracle. That's not even the same trailer. IMDb's got it all screwed up. But see, that's Edmund Gwen right there.
Okay, so he's the real Santa.
Yeah.
The real Santa.
Yeah, no, I was not going to give up that argument. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I
know faces.
No, but see, here's the thing. That's a misnomer then, because in the movie, all the mail was addressed to Kris Kringle, and when they brought it to the courthouse, the guy on trial was Kris Kringle.
So, and then the other one,
regardless of which actor is playing him. So, yeah. I'm just saying.
See, I don't even remember the 55 one.
Oh.
Fred Gailey, Chris. So they had Thomas Mitchell, who was in It's a Wonderful Life, as the head of the office that he ran or that he worked for. His cousin, nephew, brother, it was his cousin, uncle.
Ooh, what?
It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh.
I thought they were a family. I don't know. Christmas Carol's a good one. Yeah, the new one from like 20 years ago. Tell them Santa was always known as Kris Kringle. Yeah. And a lot of them. Not all of them. There's a lot of them. There's Santa. I mean, they refer to him as Santa all the time in the movie. But yeah, he was Kris Kringle in, let's see, what they say the other one was 1990? 1994.
94, yeah. Yeah, I remember that one.
That's the one with Attenborough.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one with Attenborough. Because Elizabeth Perkins is in there, and the little girl from
Mara Wilson. Yeah.
Madeline.
Yeah, Mara Wilson. Yeah.
But yeah. So, and the other one is Elf, because of the tree scene. Because that's him jumping on the tree to put the
springboarding onto the tree.
Yeah, springboarding off the couch.
The couch. Yeah, off the couch.
Onto the top of the tree, and then the whole thing falling. Just, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Like a big
Yeah, well,
cat.
Kris Kringle was more of a regular name than Santa Claus, so that was what they played on with that, so. But yeah. So, counting down. We've got, what, how many days? Do I want to know?
Well, today's 9th, so.
Yeah, so we have, we've got 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Ah! So, I'm just 3 weeks, it's a new year. And I just can't even wrap my head around how fast this year has gone by. Which is a good thing and a bad thing. Because I really wanted to get Stalemate out this year, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the revisions done. Mm-hmm. So my goal right now with Stalemate is just to get the advanced reader copies out and just get those done. So what's your favorite Christmas movie, Drac? Die Hard. We had Die Hard as the discussion the other day.
Yeah. No, I saw that meme the other day of the guy with the Christmas decoration that was an advent calendar for Die Hard. And every day you open the box, Hans descends 1 floor down the Nakatomi Plaza further till he hits the ground.
So it's awesome.
Absolutely amazing.
It is so awesome. We'll have to find it and send it to you. There was another one too that somebody had done a little box ornament and wrapped it in tinfoil, and if you look in the box, it's him climbing through the air ducts.
Yes,
it is priceless. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want to do that.
You could probably make that really easily.
Oh yeah, all it is tinfoil and
you just need the picture of him crawling like this, and then wrap the whole thing in tinfoil.
It's great.
It'd be perfect.
It's great.
It's
I'll have to see
probably
if I can
easy
find a
to
picture
make.
of it. Let me find a picture of it. Die Hard Christmas ornaments.
Yeah.
And it's funny because
you could even put DIY in there because that one's easy enough to make yourself.
It's not the same without Alan.
No.
Ugh.
Please open your books to page 394.
So that's the little Christmas ornament with him as the. Let me turn the light down on this. With him as in the ornament, like he's going through the air duct. That is so funny. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie during Christmas. Grumble. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It is a movie during Christmas. Grumble.
No,
I know. I have a few.
Not true.
No,
he was on his way home to visit his kids for Christmas.
It's not a Christmas movie.
And he got caught up in that. It's a Christmas movie.
It will. it'll fill in for Christmas. It is on the Christmas list for the guys.
Well, I'll put it this way: it's one of the few action movies I'll watch during Christmas time and not feel like it's out of place.
Yeah. Home Alone.
Yes.
Is a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Trying to think, what are some other movies that are not Christmas movies but that we watch at Christmas? Like, Nightmare Before Christmas is more Halloween.
He's trying to make Christmas, so how far does that
go? It bridges both holidays.
Yeah, he finds out what Christmas is and wants to emulate it. So how do you? I mean, you could quantify that, I guess. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
It qualifies for me anyway, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like watching Corpse Bride at Halloween. I mean, you just
Yeah.
it's just one of those cool, funny, scary movies.
I love Leica. I've got we still got to watch the one with the missing link one. Mm-hmm. We still haven't seen that one yet. But Box Trolls is one of my favorite. Coraline, Paranorman, and Kubo
Remind me where you got those
from Leica. Kubo is...
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, because I was actually...
Are those the flip books?
Yeah, because I applied for a job with them, and I didn't have enough sculpture in my portfolio, unfortunately. So these are flip books, and I got these because I teach animation with Procreate. So I wanted to have an example of, little things that they could make on their own that are not digital. And so this is a flip book for Box Trolls. And there's another one going the other direction, printed on the other side, and it's the dance scene where they're in there dancing. So earliest form of animation, and then of course Coraline and Kubo. The Kubo one is one of my favorites.
Oh, you're not quite open far enough there. Yeah, bird's picking him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The paper.
Yeah.
Paper birds. And then the creature coming in on the other side.
Cool. Yeah.
Let me see this one here. This one's kind of cool. Her falling through the floor. Christmas Carol is her favorite Christmas movie. I like the Jim Carrey one too. But I know you're talking about the one with the one kid and the leg lamp, right?
Christmas Carol's one of the only...
Or no, that's Christmas
Charles
Story.
Dickens books that I've actually read. Yeah. Christmas Carol.
And then Paranorman.
A Christmas Carol, yeah.
The zombie hand.
we were supposed to read Great Expectations my freshman year of high school, and that just did not interest me at all.
Yeah. I have read A Christmas Carol, and I read one other Dickens book, but I don't remember. It didn't leave much of an impression on me because I don't remember it. Speaking of Dickens, and I've missed doing this. When Issa was in the dance group, we were going to Tennessee to the Dickens Festival because her group was dancing there. And the entire town is like being in a Charles Dickens novel. And everybody's in costume, and there's vendors, and there's wassail and wine and food vendors, and how many craft vendors. A lot of people from Kentucky that I know here, like Rock Bottom Soap and a couple others are vending out there.
That bow tie vendor that I like is out there too.
In fact, I got my little witchy broom that I keep on my desk. I got this at the festival there. So this is my little mini besom that I keep at my desk, and one of the handmade guys from here in Kentucky. It was just a different school, I think, or he might have been in Tennessee, but I think he trained at Berea College.
Oh, okay.
But this was something we got there. Don't mind me, I have fuzz in it and dust. It's doing its job. But yeah, I got that there, and it was so nice because we were staying with families there from the other dance group. that's there, because there's another one there, several, that they do the contra and they do the Old English dance in that. And I sit on that and fly. Haha. I need 2 of them, 1 for each feet. Don't make broom jokes with me. I will totally own that. Because witchy. I actually want a besom behind me on the wall. That's one of the things I'm going to get Logan for a housewarming present. Is I've got a friend of mine, Cynthia Hyatt, here in Berea. He makes the most gorgeous brooms, and I will make sure to link you guys. She's coming out with some new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And beautiful, beautiful brooms. I really want one of hers. In-house craft. Cynthia Hyatt. No, Cynthia Main. I don't know, it's Cynthia Hyatt, somebody else I know. But she has some beautiful, beautiful stuff like that one right there. It'd be nice for Logan. And she's got the boards and stuff, cutting boards, and has a few other things, including stuff to clean your cast iron. And she's got a beautiful little shop, and she teaches classes, and she does features leather workers and some other stuff. She actually has classes that she does out of there, like including how to build your own shaving mule, which is a thing you sit on and shave your wood down for woodworking. And she does stuff with the Berea Makerspace occasionally. Speaking of the Berea Makerspace, we teamed up, a couple of my guys there, our guys, not mine, but I'm on the founding board. Absolutely love the crew that's a part of it, that's on the board. And they did a crocheted Christmas tree. I'm pulling it up on the side here, so I remember to link it. But Jess and Eric from our group did
There you go.
the frame for the metal frame for it. And then there's 65 people and 3 organizations total.
Wow.
Did 1,200 volunteer hours to make this tree, and it's 900 crochet granny squares on a 12-foot high tree.
Wow.
And they've been working on it since February, and it's amazing, and it's so pretty. But yeah, it was just beautiful, beautiful tree. I kind of hope that they're gonna, I know it's gonna be out in the weather and everything, so I don't know how well it's gonna fare.
Well, how long do they plan to leave it there?
Well, it'll be through Christmas. Probably they'll take it down probably New Year's. I'm not sure. I'd have to get with them.
I wonder if they store it.
If they Scotch guarded everything. There's just if they Scotch guarded everything. I would think later on you could probably clean them and then auction off the squares. I think that would be kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
So, which I've already sent Jess a note about that, but it's really pretty, and it has me wanting to make crocheted granny squares. Crochet, I'm a lefty. Crochet and knitting has never been easy for me, and especially with the way, I'm always writing and drawing, so I have to be careful not to get tendinitis. I've been pretty good about it lately, and actually the arthritis stuff hasn't been as bad. I've been doing exercises and stuff to kind of combat it. So far so good. So knock on wood. But I really want to learn how to crochet. My daughter crochets, and she's really fast with it. She does the amigurumi which is the Japanese one that's based on the round. And I'd love to learn how to do that. But the, being able to do the granny squares and doing different types of granny squares, I would love to make a blanket that I can put on the couch out here. Even just to be able to do, the squares. My grandmother used to do practically the equivalent of tatting. But it was basically just not sewing thread, but like a cross between string and sewing thread and somewhere in the middle. And she had these little teeny tiny little crochet hooks, which I have, that she would make snowflakes. And she did a Christmas village for my aunt one year in blue and peach, because those were my aunt's colors. I remember the Christmas tree and the house and she had this house built that's actually up for sale right now. Kind of, because I'd love that house, but just not down in Florida. I don't want to be in Florida anymore. But everything was blue and peach, and like on neutral colors and that kind of thing, like pillows and accessories and things. So everything is very stylish. My aunt was very good at styling things and doing the interior design, and she actually designed the house. Went in with an architect and designed it. But the crochet village that my grandmother made, I have. And I remember my grandmother starching it. So she had this spray starch, and then she would iron it. And she did that with the snowflakes and with that stuff. So I have some of her doilies. And Isa has started doing the crocheted snowflakes and stuff. But
my grandmother used to use spray starch on like my tuxedo collars when I worked at the
Italian restaurant. Yeah.
Because we had tuxedo shirts.
You never forget the smell, do you? Kind of.
It wasn't terrible.
Yeah, it was just that kind of.
I mean, the older stuff maybe, but the stuff that she was using in like the mid 90s, late 90s when I was senior in high school working at the restaurant, probably wasn't as bad.
Yeah. I think you can mix it in a bowl or something and dip stuff too, because I'd rather do that than the aerosol spray.
Yeah, this was just like she would just spray the collar and then iron the collar down nice and level.
Oh, I had to do that.
And then I learned how to do it myself.
I had to do that with military uniforms.
Yeah.
So, because my first husband, who shall not be named, Tony, was...
So she says it anyway.
Tony. Well, I'm just referring that it's not Logan, is actually my second husband. Val's third time's the charm. So, but...
no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. But he was on the USS Kitty Hawk. We were stationed in Philly, and he would pop up the night before. Oh, I need this for, I need this for, we've got inspection in the morning. And I'd be like, then get to ironing, because, at the time I would have loved to have said that to him. That would not have gone over well. That was a fairly abusive relationship, so I got out of it. But I remember having to spray starch and do the fine creases.
Heck, I pulled the ironing board out here and ironed my own pants before. It doesn't take much.
Yeah. But the uniforms, though, that's a whole nother story.
Oh, I know. I mean,
you get to the
look at every crease and line, and I know.
Yeah, and they get to the end, it's got to be razor sharp,
Yeah.
And they the only reason he ever passed inspection was because of me.
I know this because my grandfather used to tell me
because he did it one time and he didn't pass.
My grandfather was in the Army, and he was like, we used to have to bounce a quarter off that bed sheet.
Exactly.
It was like, if it didn't bounce, you weren't tight enough. So
yeah. Anytime he made our bed, that was his thing, as he'd bounce that. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So the rebel was just like covers everywhere, kind of thing. But that was my rebellion, my silent rebellion.
Now we have pandas all over the bed. You're welcome.
I have 2 bunnies in there, one tucked in between the pillows and one on the headboard. No, 3, because the crocheted one that Isa made. So I have those two.
Mm-hmm.
The owl is in the middle of the bed with one wing flopped over. He's just kind of like hanging there. And you get a panda straddling the headboard on the other side. Poor guy. And then your big ones sit in the chair. And then when he's in his desk, all the pandas migrate over to the bed. So it's the great panda migration. We need to get like a chair in the other corner of the room that you can just leave the pandas there or something. So there's what, 5 of them? There's Julius, Dunkle Snug, the big one.
There's at least 5.
Yeah.
5.
So.
All different sizes.
Yeah. Mine don't get moved. Mine stay. The only ones that get moved is we have the Great Bunny migration because we have the big ones out here. They sit in my desk. So they need a home too. They'll probably end up in the chair out in the living room. Most likely. So. Until we have company. But. So decorating the tree this year, I was thinking about doing, like, I found these gorgeous rose gold bulbs, glass bulbs. We looked at them yesterday though, and some of the rose gold is coming off of them because it's,
well, it's what they had left.
Yeah.
We're 2 weeks from Christmas and you're expecting to find pristine stuff.
No,
so
I mean, they're,
like,
no.
Yeah.
No, they're not like picking them up and shaking. Even with that, it's just, it's a fault in how they're made.
The finish, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not necessarily on what's up against the container that's doing it. Some of them have little cracks. I mean, there were some that were broken, but the finish was coming off. So I want to find some clear ones, and I want to paint them on the inside. Yeah. You put a little bit of the paint in there, you swirl it around, and then take a brush and you finish. And that way, if it stays on the inside, you don't have to worry about it.
Totally forgot. You can just like hollow them out and
takes about a week to
shake them up,
to let them dry and everything. But I've done that before, and I've done the reverse glass painting before, and it looks really pretty. Anytime you find like Chinese snuff bottles, which literally are not for good reasons, it has a little ivory spoon. And it's a snuff bottle, and the caps are usually made out of jade. The bottoms are thick glass, and they're hand painted on the inside. But the paintings on these are intricate and insanely gorgeous. They're just, some of them are frosted, some of them are clear, but they all have these really, really intricate patterns that, somebody with a paintbrush painted it through the little hole in the top.
Yeah.
And it's an art form. And we used to see those a lot when we went to the Orlando lapidary show. But yeah, there's a used one here for like $7,000.
My goodness. What?
Yeah, because
that?
It's a Chinese snuff bottle. So snuff. Honestly, it was usually more like, but that was painted through the lid on the inside with a paintbrush.
Right.
Yeah. So stuff like this.
Yeah, you had to know like
crazy
what the image was going to look like backwards, basically. That's crazy.
And it's painted through this little hole in the top, so it's kind of like doing the
and you had to know what you
were
writing a bottle backwards. Yeah.
Shipping a bottle. Yeah, and in kanji.
Yeah,
but
in
that's
Chinese
first language,
characters.
So that's not like
in
me
Chinese
going in and doing it. But and the hole is usually about this big on one of those. So they're crazy intricate. The
probably
artwork is
traditional Chinese.
Yeah. See, this one's
what they call TC. Oh, that panda's gorgeous.
I know. So they got the panda one and the horse one. But those are actually on.
Oh wow.
On Amazon.
Are you kidding? Not that I have any use for them, but
yeah, no. Jade tops, and Amazon's like $18, but they're not.
They reproductions?
Yeah, they're not like
Yeah.
the old style or
I
anything.
figured.
I mean, they're still licensed reproduction, and that's a poster print. That's why I was like, it's not the actual bottle.
Right.
Not for 18.
No.
No, but they sell prints and do cards, and I see postcards all the time with them too. But I actually have picked one up at the Lapidary show for like $20 that I've got in a box somewhere probably. But they do reproductions of those all the time, and the really, really old ones are just, I mean, they're all beautiful, but yeah, the reverse glass painting is a thing, and I can't see how I would be able to do the patterns that I do on the inside of a bottle like that. I don't have the paintbrushes, first of all, for something like that. I've got the thinner Japanese brushes like this one.
Yeah, that's way larger than.
Yeah, and this is the fine tail ones.
I mean, I've got some brushes for miniatures that are tiny, but they're way smaller than that.
Yeah. So but yeah, that's not I'll do the regular reverse glass paint. Still have a glass, but I have to be careful before. That's very expensive for something you don't really know. So I'll think, yeah, no. I would never buy a real one. I don't have thousands of dollars to throw away on a small piece of glass. Just no. Even if I won the lottery, I wouldn't spend money like that.
No.
I'm more into, functional things and art for the walls and that kind of thing. And $100 is about my max for buying art pieces. Speaking of the auction, by the way, is this Saturday for Firefly Serenity. Can't Stop Serenity is doing an auction Saturday. So, and I'm probably going to have a few things in there. Stickers, some patches, the prints if I can find them. Because I should still have a couple of the poster prints. But that is Saturday. So I'll post that, and I'll post a link to that too. But so we're counting down, we're doing decorations and just kind of, getting things more in gear here. Val's still having issues with his neck, but not near as bad.
No, it's not.
He's been wearing a neck brace to kind of take the weight of his noggin off his neck a little bit at a time, sometimes when he's sitting at the desk, but
yeah, it hasn't been anywhere near as bad. I've had no pain medicine for almost 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, which is nice.
Which is nice. And it's like when it wants to move certain ways, I'm like, I don't want to do that. No.
Yeah. You are totally doing the whole Santa thing, though. He's all white down here. Yeah, no, it's all white.
Doesn't matter.
Getting old.
Doesn't matter.
Getting old.
Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter.
It used to be, I'm not getting old. There's Peter Pan over here. Yeah, he's doing better. So, and he's got the new desk because I put a different desk in there. Going for another back procedure. Oh, that is today? Okay, good. Big prayers.
Mm-hmm.
Will keep me posted. Definitely on that. Big prayers. Be thinking about you. Sending you all the good juju. But my next stream is Saturday at noon. I'm going to be doing some really cool crafty stuff. And it's most likely going to be me setting up stuff for the Make 100 for Kickstarter. So you get to see me do some bookbinding and some story stuff and illustrate the little thing. And I'm finishing up the children's book that I'm illustrating for the one client this week. So we'll have some of that going on too. You guys will see updates about. But we will be back Thursday next week, 9 a.m. for more Coffee with Panda. And what's the coffee today? Trader Joe's?
Trader Joe's, yeah.
Okay. So I'll link it. We need to get some more coffee. We've got our mailing list. We need to get some more coffee. So if you know of some good coffee, have them drop ship it to us.
Oh, wait.
I don't necessarily want a...
We need to go to Lexington this week.
Yeah.
Look into that Hawaiian. Look into that Hawaiian coffee that you want to pick up. We'll need to be in Lexington at a time when they're open for us to pick some up.
Yeah, Badass Coffee Company that I went to in Oahu, Hawaii is now here in Lexington.
Find out what time we can go into the store and pick some up.
Yes.
Because that's something I am fine doing. So.
Yes. Yay! But
we can make that next week's if we can get there before next week. So
we'll probably end up going tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow, Saturday.
Yeah.
But so thank you guys. My next live stream again is Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be doing art. You want to come check it out? And it's going to be some fun stuff, book related. Yes, I'm glad you did. You too, hon. Love you bunches. And if you are tuning in, check out all the links below. I'm going to post all the stuff that we talked about. And we will see you. Hopefully I'll see you Saturday. Otherwise, we will see you next week. Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend.
Take care. Thank you.